Hello, my name is Terry Dean Nemmers, and I'm a malicious prosecution victim. On July 6, 2011, I was maliciously arrested by one of the thugs down here in lawless Pope County, Minnesota. You know, instead of it being cleared up immediately, you know, as a decent person would, now I'm being maliciously prosecuted by that crook Neil Nelson. Okay? You go to my website, lionnews00.blogspot.com, or go to my website, Arrested Judge Kit. You can see, you know, various information pertaining to the case. You can find this flyer up there. It details the malicious prosecution from 2009 and the current malicious prosecution. Okay. The 2009 malicious prosecution is outlined on this flyer right here, and if you look on the back side or go to the flyer that's at the website lionnews00.blogspot.com, you can see that I've detailed everything, you know, pertaining to the malicious prosecution. You know, obstruction of justice, withholding evidence, you know, perjury, you know, and they said to send a SWAT team after me, you know, just all sorts of things that, you know, if someone actually was paying attention, which of course no one does, you'd see there was something wrong with the prosecution. Okay, so come to present time, and the judge who, judge in the case, Judge John Staffsholt, who has a vested interest in the case, had to recuse himself. Boy, now bells and whistles should be going off. You know, why is this guy who has a vested interest in the case even on the case to start with? Again, all you need to do is go back to the original malicious prosecution and see who the players were. And you'll see that same plays are being used, same players are being used, or similar players being used in the malicious prosecutions. I mean, almost identical. All right? So, again, all you need to do is do a little digging. And on my website, I give the case number for the malicious prosecution back in 2009. So once you go there, go to my website and look at the case number. I never thought to bring it here and now. So just go to my website. You'll find it there. There's a link to the Minnesota trial records Dealy Bob there. You just go to that site there, plug in the case number, and then you'll come up with my case. And look who recused themselves the last time in that malicious prosecution. Okay? It's pretty interesting information. Alright? So anyhow, one of the reasons why the crooked Judge John Staffsholt recused himself is I brought up this case here. See, this is Helen Staffsholt. She's assaulted me at Waterama 2010. Alright? That's why they didn't want me going to Waterama 2011, because this is what was going to be handed out at Waterama 2011, and they did not want that to happen. Alright? So they had to shut me up. They had to throw me into jail, you know, maliciously, and then they have this malicious competency examination on me, which of course was without probable cause. Okay? That's why he had to recuse himself. So now, boy, anyone with any brain cells will start to question not only the court proceedings, but the arrest itself. Because again, we have a lot of the same players and a lot of the same tactics if you just examine what's going on. Alright? What we'll do is we're going to examine how Neil Nelson, he's the county attorney who is maliciously prosecuting me, fits into this, and how he has a vested interest in criminal case number 20101745, because I filed this with the Glenwood Police Department on December 28th, 2010. It says 29th here. That's a mistake I made, because actually I made this prior to getting maliciously arrested. I was planning on remember, this was going to go, but this is a rough draft. It was on my jump drive, and it just happened, you know, by act of God, that I had it on my jump drive, you know, because I was going to have a copy made to see what it looked like. All right? So then any mistakes on here would have been corrected and would have been ready for Waterama 2011. Okay? But as it was, I was maliciously arrested and maliciously imprisoned, so, I didn't have access to it. So when my mother came for a video visit, I told her to get the information off this jump drive, print it out, and send it to me in the jail. Okay? So she sent it to me in the jail, had her send in 3 color copies and about a dozen black and whites. Okay? So I started handing them out to the guards and to the prisoners and stuff like that. Told the guards to put it up in their guard room, and it was a good conversation starter and stopper for guards. All right. So again, we're not to belabor that point. We're going to get into this information here, which is on there, which is what I filed with the Glenwood Police Department in December 28th, 2010. All right. Here are the pictures off my flip camera. I made them into 8.5 by 14 pictures. So it's got the date and it has an exhibit number on there. It says July 25th, 2010. Okay, Waterama. All right. Here's the first picture. Oh, here we go. This is Helen Staffschild, and this is Larry Rice's wife. Larry Rice was a guy who's running for Senate in 2010. All right. I'm going to do a smaller version of this, so you can see it closer up. So I'm going to kind of whip through these real fast. So you can see Helen Staffschild has a flyer. Looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Okay, it's outlining the malicious prosecution of 2009. Okay. She crumples it up, and then she throws it into my face. Now, that's assault and battery, which of course is defined on the other flyer you see. Okay. And there's Larry Rice right there. See? I'm going through them fast, but like I said, at the end of this video, you'll see a close-up version of it. Okay? Here's a smaller version here. Okay? Smaller version. Okay. Now, it's a crime, so I'm going to report it. Okay? So, who do I report it to? A law enforcement officer. Now, according to prosecution principles, who's a law enforcement officer? Well, yeah, it's the city attorney and the county attorney. So I send an email with this video, with a video of this, to the city attorney's office. Okay, and you won't be able to see it here because it's a little far away. But anyhow, you'll see it on the close-up. It says Obenland and Roth law offices. This is before Neil Nelson becomes a partner. Sent on October 10th. Okay, it says thank you for contacting Oberlin Roth offices, tax preparations. For immediate whatever, because it says message received here. Alright, here's what the message said. Okay, it's dated October 10th. It was sent at 3:04.55 p.m. Okay, did you see the Larry Rice assault cover-up video? Did you see the Larry Rice assault cover-up video? Did you see the video where Senate District 13 Larry Rice and his wife helped cover up an assault at Glenwood Waterama at 7:25:10? Here's the video. Okay. Again, you'll see this on close-up. And here's their automated response I got from them. Okay, Oberlin and Roth law offices. Okay, and it was Sunday, October 10th, 2010, 3:04 p.m. Okay, so within 5 seconds, I got a response. Okay, thank you for contacting Oberlin and Roth law offices and tax preparation. For immediate assistance, please contact via phone 320-634-4581. Okay, so they had notice. They were notified of this criminal act. Okay, let's look at what prosecution principles says. Okay, this is prosecution principles. This is what the book that prosecutors use. I'm sure if you go into Neil Nelson's office, you'll find this book. Okay. It says on page 41, the American Bar Association recognizes the provability evaluation by stating that a charge should not be made unless it is grounded on both probable cause, okay, there's probable cause, and admissible evidence, there's admissible evidence, sufficient to support a conviction. Yes, sufficient. Clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that I was assaulted on July 25th, 2010 by Helen Staffschild. Okay? Support a conviction. The National District Attorneys Association's standards on screening simply state that a charge must be justified, but later say that a prosecutor may only file charges which the prosecutor reasonably believes can be sustained by admissible evidence at trial. Okay? Remember? Clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that I was assaulted on July 25th, 2010. Okay? It's clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that Obenland, Roth, and Nelson received it on October 10th, 2010. Okay? And I filed criminal charges on December 28th, 2010. Okay? So, who has a vested interest in the case? Obenland, Roth, and now Nelson. Don't they? See? So now you can see why I have clear, precise, and unquestionable evidence that this current malicious prosecution is, of course, a malicious prosecution. Thank you for your time. Bye. Okay, video proof that Neil Nelson of Obenland, Roth, and now Nelson had previous knowledge and now a vested interest in my malicious prosecution. Okay, these are still pictures off my camera from the July 25th, 2010 Waterama. Okay, here's Helen Staffsholt right here. Here's Larry Rice's wife, Senate candidate Larry Rice at that time. Okay, crumpling up a piece of paper, crumpling up the piece of paper, throwing the piece of paper in my face, and you'll see this is candidate Larry Rice right here. There he is right there, got a great big smile on his face. Okay, there's Helen Staffsholt again. Okay, a little smaller picture. Okay, and now we'll zoom in, and here is an email sent to Obenland and Roth. This is before Nelson became partner. See, it's dated October 10th. Okay, and it says, did you see the Larry Rice assault cover-up video? Did you see the video where Senate District 13 Larry Rice and his wife helped cover up an assault at Glenwood's Waterama on 7/25/10? There's the video link there, and there's the video. Okay, here's an automated response. Thank you for contacting Obenland and Roth Law Offices and Tax Preparation. For immediate assistance, please contact us via phone 320-634-4581. And again, here's the video up on YouTube, added October 10th, 2011. And what was the date on the email? October 10th, 2010. October 10th, 2010. October 10th, 2010. See? So, Neil Nelson, Obenland and Roth all knew about this assault, and what'd they do? Oh yeah, they covered it up. Yeah. See, it's their job to prosecute crimes, but it's Helen Staffsholt, Judge John Staffsholt's wife. Vested interest in my malicious prosecution case of 2011. There you go.